Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lucky Ashemota. Please, if this is your first time on visiting this channel, kindly do me a favor by subscribing to this channel, and please don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Alright, today we are going to design a social media flyer. I promise this video is not going to be long. All right, so let's take a view of what we are going to design today. This is what we will be designing today, a social media flyer. First of all, we are going to start by creating a new document. Okay, let's rename it social media flyer data bundle. Okay, and the measurement is 5 inches by 5 inches. The width is 5 inches while the height is 5 inches. Okay, so and the resolution, we are going to leave it at 300, and the color is RGB. Okay, and click create. So first of all, we are going to prepare the background. We are going to create a background. We'll be using two color, these two color here, dark blue and light blue. So we are going to use a gradient here. Just click this place and go to gradient. Click gradient. Click OK, or we can click any one of these. Okay, and we are going to arrange a color. Double click the gradient and click this place. Okay, go to this first color, here, click it. The color we are going to use here is this, sorry about that, is this dark blue. This is the color we are going to use. Okay, and here is the color code. This, just to follow along, here is the color code and click OK. This place here, this upper place, we are going to change the color also. Click here, and here is the color code. Okay, now this is our background. Okay, and the first thing we are going to do, don't worry, all the files I use in this video, I will make them available. Just click the description of this video and you will get a link to download them. Okay, all right, now we are going to add our background. First of all, let's add this image here. Just drag this upward. Okay, and we are going to change the, first of all, let's rasterize this layer, this image. Right click and go to rasterize layer and click. All right, so and we are going to overlay this image. Let's overlay it by clicking this place. Click where it is written normal, click here, and let's choose let's make use of this overlay. Okay, and we are going to reduce the opacity. Let's reduce the opacity to to 17, or let's leave it at 21. Okay, and here we are going to create a mask. Just click this place where it is written layer mask, okay, and click it. Now this down part here, we are going to brush it so that it can blend with these gradients, okay. And the way we are going to achieve it is that let's take our brush tool, take the brush tool, and our foreground color is going to be black. Make sure you click the mask and reduce the flow. Let's reduce the flow to 40%, or let's say 30%, okay. Now we are going to brush this place. We are going to brush it gently. Let's brush it. Okay, all right, it's okay this way. So we have successfully blended the image with the background, which is the gradient we added. Now let's save our work. It's very important. Just press Ctrl S on your keyboard, or come over to this place where it is written file and go to save. Make sure you always save your job, is very important. Okay, all right, now we are going to let's group our layers. Let's call this background PG. The reason when you are working, your layer must be neat. It must be neat. So the reason why we are doing that is so that whenever you want to make changes, you can easily identify which particular layer you want to make changes on. Okay, make sure your layer is always neat. All right, now let's create a rectangle. Let's create a rectangle layer here. Take your rectangle tool, and draw a rectangle here. See, I'm using Photoshop 20, is it 24 now, 25? Can't even remember. I'm using the latest version. Yes, I'm using Photoshop 24. So if you are using the same version with me, you can see these 4 dots here, okay, and we are going to make the edges round, okay, by dragging this point here, by dragging it. Okay, let's leave it this way. And you can also do it by coming to this place, properties, where it is written properties, and scroll down. You see the amount we have here, it is 46. You can choose to increase it. Let's increase it to 60 so that you will understand. You see, you can easily adjust it here. Okay, let's leave it at 40. Now let's change the color. Double click the rectangle layer and we are going to choose our color. We are going to choose. Now let me show you something. When you double click the rectangle layer, you will see, okay, oh, okay, just double click the rectangle layer and the eyedrop tool will appear. This one here, it will appear. So the reason why this one appear is so that in case you want to choose any color from the background, you can click any part of the color that you want to use and it will apply immediately. Okay, and we are going to make use of this dark blue here, this one here, and click OK. Now let's add our text. First of all, we are going to add our logo. Okay, going to add our logo. I'm going to add our logo. All right. Here's our logo. Secure Pay Top Up. We are going to drop our logo here. Now, make sure you position, as you can see, make sure you position the logo, or you can use your ruler. You can place your ruler here so that you will be able to achieve alignment, okay, so that your job or your work will be neat. You can choose to place your ruler here. Okay, now let's create, first of all, let's rename this logo, rename our layers, call it logo. Okay, let's take our rectangle tool and draw a rectangle shape here, and we are going to change the color. Double click and pick the color from here, white, and we are going to place it under the logo, okay, just the same thing as this other one here, right? Now let's make adjustment. Okay, let me use my ruler here. Okay, I want to make sure I achieve this alignment because it's important and necessary. Okay. Okay, before we add our text, let's add this let's add this 3D object here, this flying jet. Let's add it. We are going to place this one at the back. Let's place it at the back, and let's reduce the size. We are going to be, I will be giving out all the resources I use on this video for free. Okay, I'll add the link to the description of this video so that you can download them. Okay, everything. This one here, we can't make use of it this way. We are going to change the color so that it can blend with the background. We want this to be blue color. Okay, and the way we are going to achieve it, press Ctrl U on your keyboard. Let's use hue and saturation. Ctrl U on your keyboard, and we are going to drag. Let's look for the perfect color. Okay, let's drag it. We are going to drag it until the color becomes blue. Okay, let's leave it this way, and we are going to overlay it. Let's overlay it. First of all, let's rasterize it. Right click and click rasterize layer. Okay, let's overlay it. Click this place and go to, we are going to add this very one here. It's called luminosity. Let's use this one. Okay, yes. Okay, let's add this. Leave it here. Let's leave it here. Okay, all right, let's double click. This object, we are going to duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J on your keyboard and press Ctrl T again. We are going to resize it. Let's bring it here. This one, let's leave it here this way, and we are going to add a motion blur to this very one here. Let's go to filter, go to blur, and go to motion blur. See it now, and there's the percent we are going to use is 285, or we can make it 290. Let's make it 290. Okay, let's leave it this way. Click OK, and this one, press Ctrl T on your keyboard. Sorry, let's reduce the size. We are going to reduce it. Reduce the size. Okay, I want us to achieve a kind of light here, form of light ray, okay. Let's add the Gaussian blur. Let's make it 5. 5 is okay. Make it 5 and click OK. Alright, now let's go to click background, create a new layer by clicking this plus sign here. Let's create a new layer. Take your brush tool, okay. Let's leave the size this way. Now let's choose color. First of all, let's choose another color. I'm going to use light blue. This color is okay. Now here is the color code, and click this place. Right, make sure you target the exact location and click. All right, now let's try and increase the size. Please make sure you follow along, follow carefully. If there's anything you don't understand, make sure you drop your question at the comment section. All right, the next thing we are going to do now is to add our text. Let's add our text. Here is the brief of the design. Okay. Let's choose our font here. There's a particular font we are going to use. Yes. Okay, this is the font we are going to make use, and here is the name. Here is the name of the font in case you want to download and make use of it. Okay, and we are going to change the color. This is the color we are going to use, and here is the color code. Here is the color code E5E BFE is the color code, and click OK. Now let's duplicate this text here, this buy airtime. You can press Ctrl J on your keyboard to duplicate it. You can also press alternate on your keyboard. Once you see the double sign of your mouse appear, drag it down. Okay, this is another way to duplicate any layer. All right, on Photoshop. So this one now we are going to change the text. Double click. Okay, let's change the font. This is the font we are going to make use of. Here's the name of the font in case you want to download it. All right. We still need to add another text. Stay connected. We are going to use the same method we used before. Drag and paste. Let's change the font. Okay, this is a font, Palatino, in case you want to download it. All right. Now, let's group all the tests. Select all the tests and press Ctrl G on your keyboard and double click to rename it, and we call this one test. Okay. Okay. So the next thing we are going to do here now, let's add our image first. Okay, let's add this very one first, this text under here. Let's add this text. Okay, let's duplicate this one. Copy. Reduce the size of the font. And we are going to duplicate it and pick okay. Please guys, make sure you follow along. If there's anything you don't understand, you can drop your question in the comment section. I'm trying my best to make sure that this video is not too long. Okay, now that we have achieved this, maybe we still need to reduce the size of the font. Or is okay this way? We are going to add our icon. Let's add our icon. Okay, this icon here, let me show you guys. This icon here, This one you can get it on Pinterest. Okay, make sure you search for it on Pinterest, or I will look for a way to add it to the design resources so that it will be available for you to make useful. Okay, let's duplicate this one and drag it down. It's okay this way. All right. Okay, this one here we are going to adjust it. Let's adjust it. Let's take it upward. All right, the same thing with this one. Okay, so the next thing we are going to add now, we are going to add this triangle here. Let me look for how I can get this. Okay, you see this glass morphic effect here. I downloaded it online just to make my work faster, so I will also add it to the design resources so that you can make use of it. Okay, let's drop this one here. Let's drop it here. Let's duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J on your keyboard and drag it down. So another thing is that we are going to, let's work on this rectangle here. Just double click the layer, go to overlay and change the color. Okay, we are going to make the color light blue. This red one here, and go to this place, the same color. All right, the same color. Click OK. So let's delete the first one and duplicate this new one. All right, now let's reduce the size a little bit. Let's reduce the size. Okay, please make sure you follow along. Okay, all right. Okay, now we are going to create, let's create a rectangle layer. Let's drop it here. Now we are going to change the color. Double click the layer and choose this color. Here is the color code. We have made use of it before. Here's the color code. It's not pure white. Okay. Now, the next thing we are going to add is this one here. Okay. Let's add that object. Here is it. Okay, as you can see, the color, there's background, and we are going to get rid of the background. Let's select it, press this select object. Okay, to select it automatic, just give it okay. Now we are going to, once you are done selecting it, just click the mask icon here, this mask layer, click it. All right, now we are going to reduce the size. Before we reduce it again, let's change the color the same way we did to this 3D object, this flying object. You remember? Now let's change the color by pressing Ctrl U on your keyboard. Press Ctrl U on your keyboard. And we are going to drag this one here until we get to the particular color we are going to make use of. Okay, let's drag it. Let's drag it. Let's drag it. Okay. Here is the color. And let's also drag this saturation button here. Okay, let's leave it this way. And now let's reduce the size and break it here. Let's drag it. This one here serve as call to action button. Okay, as you can see here. All right, let's add our text. Please make sure you follow me carefully, okay? Make sure you follow me carefully. Okay, this first one here, we are going to place our text over it. Okay, I just duplicate that text so that I can make use of it. All right, now let's reduce the size. Let's reduce it. This secure pay top up here, we are going to change the color so that we can place emphasis on it. Okay, the reason why we are changing the color is for emphasis. All right, okay, let me show you the code of this color. Here's the color code. You can copy it and make use of it. Okay, and make it bold. All right, now let's come over this place, this code here, and also place emphasis on it. First of all, let me copy this color code. And let's change the color. Okay. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard to save. Make sure you always save your work. Now, let's add the call to action button. First of all, this very one, let's duplicate this layer and bring it down here. Okay, let's bring up our text. The next one, this very one here. Okay. Now let's increase the size a little bit, just a little bit. Okay. Now we change the color, pick our color from here, white. And let's place emphasis also on this secure paytopup.com. First of all, let me pick the color code. Okay. Let's choose the color 00F0FF is the color code. Now we are going to increase the size a little bit. Okay, we'll change it to bold. All right, now another thing we are going to do that is very important is go to your background, create a new layer by clicking this plus sign here. Okay, pick your brush tool by pressing B on your keyboard, or you can also click it here and reduce the size. You are going to click this place here, click it, and also click this place here. Okay. Now, after you click this first one, create another layer. Okay, create another layer. And click here also. Now we are going to change the opacity. Sorry, we are going to overlay it. Let's overlay it. Okay, let's leave it at lighting. The same thing with the other one. Okay, now we are going to add our image. Let's add this image here. Okay, let me quickly add this variable, this object. Press Ctrl J on your keyboard to duplicate it. Maybe we can add it. Let's drag it to the left side. No, let's leave it here. Okay, now let's add our image. We'll resize the image. Now we're going to bring this one here. I already worked on this image. You can use any image you prefer. If you are looking for this type of image, you can easily get it on Pinterest. Okay, on Pinterest. All right, so another thing we are going to add now is this social media handles here. These social media handles, let's add it. Okay, before then, let me quickly arrange. Let me quickly arrange this. Okay. I want to quickly arrange this so that I will have one space at the bottom. Okay. All right. So let's add our text here. Let's add text here. Now visit Now we change our color. Okay, I'm going to take the social media icon. Now okay, finally. Okay, there's something I want to show you guys. If you look at this place carefully, you will find out that there's a shadow here. There's a shadow here. Okay. All right. Now, this shadow, we are going to duplicate it so that it will be more visible and bold. Okay, here it is. We are almost done with our flyer. Okay. So another thing to add now, we are going to add a little touch. Okay, let's add a little touch, and this sign here, let's add that sign. Let's change the direction of the sign. Flip. Okay, start changing the direction, right click and flip horizontal. Okay, reduce the size. Now we are going to change, let's change the color. You remember how we did it before. Press Ctrl U on your keyboard. Or let me show you another way to achieve this. Go to this, or double click the layer, double click the layer and go to color overlay, and you choose your color. You choose your color. Okay, and click OK. All right, now we are done with our design. We are done with our design. So the next thing for us to add now, we are going to add a little touch. Okay, let's add a little touch to this design. Let's add our light. Let's add our light. Let me show you something. this light you are seeing here, let's add it. I will show you how I created this light, this flashlight here, this one here. Let me show you how I created it. Okay, now you are going to create a layer, a new layer, by clicking this plus sign. Take your brush tool, increase the size, and choose your color. Choose your color. Okay. And click. Let's change the blending mode. We change the blending mode. Choose any one of your choice. Okay. Let's choose overlay. Choose overlay, then press Ctrl. You are going to press Ctrl U. Press Ctrl U and drag. Let's see how we can blend that color. Blend it. Okay. Let's leave it this way. Okay, now let's place this one over here. Let's place this one over here and double click it to duplicate the layer and bring it over here. Bring it over here, and we are going to try to change this one, the color also. Let's check this red one and let's see how it goes. Okay, all right, now we are done with our flyer, and let's add a little touch. Before then, press alternate. Listen careful. Press alternate Shift Ctrl E on your keyboard. As you can see, this layer now, this very one here, we are going to work on it. Now let's go to Camera Raw filter. Click. Let me show you some secrets that some graphic designers are using. That this is what makes some design very sharp and pop up. Okay, go to light and increase the contrast. Okay, let's leave it as 17, or we can make it 15. 15 is okay. Leave it like that. Let's go to color. Now the color we are going to work on here, let's work on blue first. Okay, let's drag it, or let's check this green. Let's work on our blue first. Now is okay, and let's go to green. green -7. This blue, let's go -20. Blue -20, green -7. Okay, and vibrance +1. And saturation, let's leave it at +4. +4 is okay, or let's leave saturation. Okay, now then we go to details, effect. Go to effect, leave it at +10, and clarity +6 is okay. Then we'll go to details, sharp 10 is okay. Noise reduction 10 is okay. Then we click OK. You see, this is the final stage. We are done with our design. So you can see the difference. There's much difference. And this very one here, this one you are seeing, let me show you how I achieve it. This one is just a bonus. Okay, we are done with our flyer. The flyer is ready. This one I'm going to show you now is a bonus. Okay, is a bonus. Now let's save our design. Let's export it. Go to file and click export as. Then export. Now there's something I forgot to add. This and there's always and here. Okay, because it's a buy airtime and data bundles. Okay, forgot to add this one before. Let's add it here now. Okay, all right. Let's export it again. Okay. So let's look for the flyer. So here it is. You see this one now, we are going to double click it, hide this first one and click the bottom one. Go to filter, go to blur and go to motion blur. I'm going to leave it at 285 or 280. Click OK. Then click this one, make it visible. Press Ctrl T on your keyboard and press Shift and alternate on your keyboard. Then drag it. Okay, drag it and leave it this way. Now let's add shadow. This shadow we add before, let's add it under here. Okay, bring it under the layer and reduce the size. We are going to change the blending mode. Let's change the blending mode. Let's choose a perfect blending mode. Okay, subtract is okay, and let's duplicate that layer. And this first one, we are going to reduce the opacity. Okay. Let's add noise to it. Let's add noise. That noise, let's make it 2%. 2% is okay. Alright, we are done with our design. Let's export it. Okay, we are done with our design. This is the final result on how to design a social media flyer. Thank you so much for staying this long. Please make sure you always share my video. Okay, if you have not subscribed until now, please do very well to subscribe so that next time I upload a new video, you will get a notification. Thank you so much. If there's anything you don't understand in the video, make sure you drop your comment at the comment section. Okay, I promise to reply to your comment. All right, thank you so much. Bye.